Back now, South Africa expects bumper grain and oilseed crops next year. The National Crop Estimates Committee has adjusted its earlier estimate of the country's 2020-2021 output. Expects a crop of 17.85 million tons, an increase of 34% on last year's harvest. Well, a man who knows about all these numbers and what they mean for us is Paul Makube, a senior agricultural economist at FNB. He's joining us now in the studio. Paul, good morning, and thank you very much for your time. Just an overriding question first. We're moving from winter to summer as a country, and I'm asking this against the backdrop of the pandemic, the coronavirus pandemic. Should we look forward to bumper harvest with certain crops?
Okay, thank you very much and good morning. Yes, certainly we are we're just finishing the harvest of the previous summer, and that figure there of 17.85 million tons is for both grain and oilseed crops. Now we are in the midst of the winter season, winter crop season, and the first estimation, especially for the wheat crop, is about 1.9 million tons, which is quite an impressive output for this year. Very critical for reducing the import bill, because we are a net importer of wheat in South Africa, because we don't produce enough to meet consumption.
I was just wondering, because, I mean, just anecdotally from where I'm sitting, we understand it rained quite well this past winter in the Western Cape, and we've seen dams filling up and stuff. That should bode well for us going forward.
Yes, certainly. We received good rainfalls, especially in the Western Cape, but also snow. That replenish soil moisture, and also helped lift the dam levels in the Western Cape.
Now, with that 17.8 million tons, you talk about grain and oilseed. As you said, that means we won't have to import a lot from going forward or in the next year.
Yes, definitely. With that bumper crop, especially your critical, staple food, maize, at 15.5 million tons, that's quite a huge crop. Yeah. And that augurs well in terms of food inflation going forward, which is likely to moderate in the months ahead, given the huge bumper crop.
So you talk about maize there, we're talking about wheat now as well. Yeah. The oilseed one, are we referring to sunflower? That's my favorite flower, by the way. Yeah. Not that it matters, but I mean, when you say oilseed, is it about sunflower type stuff?
Yes, when we're talking oilseeds, sunflower, your soybeans, your groundnuts, those are the, that is the complex.
And that has also seen good production.
We've seen good production as well, and those are very important, especially for animal feeding, because they are the important source of protein, of plant protein for animals. So
the winter side, you mentioned wheat, but there are other produce in winter that are also commercial, like your canolas, your canola, and stuff.
Your oats, especially in the Western Cape, and all of them very, in good condition at the moment.
Yeah, when I saw your statement, I thought I would like to talk to you as well. I mean, the numbers are looking good. It's positive news amid the whole coronavirus pandemic. I mean, the agricultural sector is a very strong employer. I mean, it contributes to employment, but it also contributes a lot to other sectors of the economy. People just think, I walk into a supermarket, I pick up a packet of cereal, or oats or something, it just happens. But it plays a very important role in our economy.
Yes, it plays an important role in our economy, because the primary agricultural sector contributes roughly about 2.5% to South Africa's GDP. But if you consider the forward and backward linkages of the agricultural sector with the rest of the economy, that figure goes beyond 10% of GDP.
You mentioned just before we went on air, as we were chatting quickly, that the food manufacturing sector, which is in the industrial side, depends a lot on the agricultural sector.
Yeah, so almost 70% of inputs into manufacturing comes from the agricultural sector. So that is the importance of the sector in terms of contribution to GDP and also employment.
Yeah, but we do have to bear in mind that we've got climate change factors, we've got weather phenomena like El Ninos and La Ninas. Should we worry about that going forward? I mean, we saw some good rains in the Western Cape this year.
Yes, fortunately, I think from a good season last year, the latest expectations are that we're now entering into another good season. Forecasts are already talking about about 50% chance of for La Nina, which is characterized by high rainfall in the southern African region. which means another good season going forward. So which means another bumper crop. Prices are relatively good at the moment for producers. That will encourage producers to actually plant more in the season ahead.
And could we see something with price inflation happening? Or
No.
if we have such good production, will benefit?
Yes, definitely there will be a benefit in terms of helping tame inflation going forward in the months ahead. The moment there is a little bit of spike in prices in the grain markets, and that's largely due to the fact that we are exporting strongly at the moment, but also the weaker exchange rate had an impact on the upward trend in grain prices. But going forward, in the next few months, the northern hemisphere crop will be coming in. Therefore, that will actually help moderate the prices, and we will see some moderation in prices in the months ahead. But generally, the good output will be beneficial for the consumer in the longer term in terms of taming food inflation.
Paul Makube, thank you very much, and thanks for coming into the studio. Senior agricultural economist at FNB, just giving us some of the insights about those numbers that are important in terms of commercial crops as we move from winter into summer. So far, it looks like it's going to be another good harvest.